Welcome to this video lecture series on transportation engineering. In this session, we shall continue with our discussions on the test on materials. In this session, we shall discuss on the aggregate and the test related to aggregates. Now, we know that aggregates is a general term for the mineral materials such as the sand, gravel and crushed stones, which are being used with a binding medium. Generally, the binding medium is the water, bitumen or the Portland cement, lime, etc. To form the compound materials such as the bituminous concrete and the Portland cement concrete. Now, if you see by volume, the aggregate they generally used are up to 92 to 96% in the bituminous concrete pavements and 70 to 80% of the Portland cement concrete. Now the aggregates, when they are used, are used for the base and the sub-base courses for both the flexible and the rigid pavements. The aggregates, they can be natural or they can be manufactured. Now the desirable properties of aggregates in order to be an ideal material to be used in the road construction includes: first is the strength. The aggregate used in the top layers of the pavement, they are subjected to the stress action due to the traffic wheel load. Next, they are also subjected to the wear and tear due to the friction in between the tire and the top surface of the road. Then crushing due to the impact load or heavy loads stresses on the aggregates at the top surface. Now for a high quality pavement, the aggregate should have the high resistance to crushing and it should withstand the stresses due to the traffic wheel loads. Next is hardness. The aggregates which are used in the surface course, when they are subjected to the constant rubbing or abrasion due to the moving traffic, then they should be hard enough to resist the abrasive action which will be caused by the movements of the traffic. And this abrasive action will be severe when the steel tired wheels they move on the aggregate which are exposed at the top surface. The next property is toughness. So toughness, it is the resistance of the aggregate to the impact, and aggregates used in the pavement, they should be able to resist the effect which will be caused by the jumping of the steel tires wheels from one particle to the another at the different levels, which will cause the severe impact on the aggregates. So the different tests which are to be carried out on aggregate, they can be suitably studied by their different types. First is the crushing test. Second is the abrasion test. Third, impact test. Fourth is the soundness test on aggregate. Fifth is the shape test. Sixth, the specific gravity and water absorption test. And lastly, the bitumen adhesion test. So firstly, we shall discuss on the crushing test on aggregate or the aggregate crushing value test. So the aim of this test is to determine the crushing value of the given road aggregates with the objective in order to assess the stability of the aggregates for its use in the different types of road pavements. Now, as we know that the aggregates used in the road construction, they should be strong enough in order to resist the crushing under the traffic wheel loads. And if the aggregates are weak, then the stability of the structure is likely to be adversely affected. The strength of the coarse aggregate is assessed by the aggregate crushing test, and the aggregate crushing value provides a relative measure of resistance of crushing under the gradually applied compressive loadings. So in order to achieve a high quality of the pavement, the aggregate possessing the low aggregate crushing value, it should be preferred. The apparatus for the test consists test as per the IS 2386 1963 part 4 consists of: first is the steel cylinder with the open end and internal diameter of 15.2 centimeter, a square base plate, a plunger having a piston of diameter of 15 centimeter with the hole provided across the stem of the plunger so that the rod could be inserted for lifting or placing the plunger in the cylinder. As you can see in the figure. Next, a cylindrical measure having the internal diameter of 11.5 centimeter and height of 18 centimeter. Next is the steel tamping rod with one rounded end having a diameter of 1.6 centimeters and a length of 45 to 60 centimeters. The balance of capacity 3 kg with the accuracy up to 1 grams, and the compression testing machine, that is CTM, capable of applying the load of 40 tons at a uniform rate of loading of 4 tons per minute. Now the procedure to find out the crushing value test of the aggregate. First, we'll have to select the aggregate sample passing through 12.5 mm ISU and retaining on 10 mm ISU. Then these aggregates, they should be surfaced in a surface dry condition before they are being tested. And this can be achieved by heating the aggregate at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius for a total duration of 4 hours, and then they should be cooled at the room temperature. Next, we'll have to fill the cylindrical measure or the cylinder with the aggregate sample in the 3 layers, with each layer being tamped with 25 number of blows to the top surface of the aggregates. Then we'll have to place the surface in position on the base plate of the compression testing machine with the level of the surface, and then insert the plunger so that it will rest on the leveled surface of the compression testing machine. Then we'll have to apply the load through the plunger at a rate of 4 tons per minute until the load it becomes 40 tons. Then releasing the load, and the aggregates including the crushed portion are removed from the cylinder and they are sieved on a 2.36 mm IS sieve. The material passes this sieve is then collected, and we'll have to repeat the procedure to get the average crushing value of the aggregates. In all, 3 samples are being tested in the compression testing machine to get the average aggregate crushing value. To get the aggregate crushing value, we'll have to use the formula of W2 upon W1 multiplied by 100, wherein W1 is the total weight of the dry aggregate sample, whereas W2 is the weight of fines or weight of aggregate passing through the 2.36 mm IS sieve. Now the mean of the crushed value obtained from the 3 tests will give us the aggregate crushing value, and the aggregate crushing value will be an indirect measure of the crushing strength of the aggregate. Here the low crushing value, it will indicate the strong aggregates as the crushed factor is low. Hence the test can be used to assess the suitability of the aggregates with reference to the crushing strength of for the various types of pavement components. And the aggregates used for the surface course of the pavement should be strong enough to withstand the high stresses due to the wheel loads. However, as the stresses at the base and the sub-base courses are low, the aggregates with the lower or the less crushing strength they may be used at the lower layers of the pavements. Certain general values for the aggregate crushing values depending upon the type of road constructions are: for a flexible pavement, the aggregate crushing value for the soling is 50. Then for the waterborne macadam it is 40, and for bituminous macadam again it is 40. For a bituminous surface dressing or thin premix carpet, 30, and for the dense mixed carpet the aggregate crushing value it should be 30. For the rigid pavements, first, in case other than wearing course, when the aggregate is being used other than the wearing course, then the aggregate crushing value it should be 45, and for the surface or the wearing course it should be 30. The second test carried out on the aggregate is the abrasion test or the loss abrasion value test. The aim of this test is to determine the abrasion value of the aggregate sample with the objective to determine the Los Angeles abrasion value and to judge whether the aggregates they are suitable for the road construction or not. The basic principle of the Los Angeles test is to find the percentage wear due to the relative rubbing action between the aggregates and the steel balls using an abrasive charge. The pounding action of the balls also exist while conducting the test. The test to be more dependable as rubbing and pounding action simulate the field conditions where both abrasion and impact they occur onto the aggregate, which resembles to the on-site conditions while the aggregates are being used as an ingredient or as a material for the pavement construction. The Los Angeles abrasion value has been standardized by the ASTM and AASHO and also by the ISI. The standard specifications of Los Angeles abrasion value are also available for the various types of pavement construction. The apparatus for the abrasion value test consists of the Los Angeles machine and the sieves. The general procedure for the Los Angeles abrasion value is: first, the clean aggregates dried in an oven at 105 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius to a constant weight conforming to one of the grading shall be used in the test and should be nearest to the grading to be used in the construction. Second, the aggregates weighing 5 kg for the grading of A, B, C or D and they are placed in the cylinder. Then the abrasion charge is also chosen in accordance with the table depending on the grading of the aggregate and is placed in the cylinder of the machine. It is then rotated at a speed of 30 to 33 revolutions per minute. The machine is rotated for 500 revolutions for the grading A, B, C and D, and for the grading of E, F and G, it shall be rotated for 1000 revolutions. The machine should be balanced and driven in such a way such as to maintain the uniform peripheral speed. Now, after the desired number of revolutions are being provided, the machine should be stopped and the material is removed from the machine, taking care that to take out the entire stone dust as well. Now, using a sieve of the size larger than 1.70 mm ISU, the material is first separated into two parts and the finer portion is carried out and sieved further on a 1.70 mm IS sieve. The portion of the material coarser than 1.70 mm size is then washed and dried in an oven at 105 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius to a constant weight, and it is weight corrected to 1 grams. Now, if you observe the table shows the different uh, gradings like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G in regards with weight in gram into the grading of the test sample. Here, the test samples are prepared which pass through the sieve sizes as shown in the column of passing on mm and written in mm. So for a grading A, if you just observe the table, for grading A, the sieve sample should be prepared with the aggregate size passing 40 mm and retained on 25 mm with the total weight of 1250 grams. So this will give us the actual proportioning of the aggregates with the size of passing through 40 mm of the aggregate and retaining of 25 mm on the site. Next, for the same sample grading A, we'll have to again use the second size of aggregate which passes through 25 mm ISU and gets retained on 20 mm ISU with a total weight of 1250 kg. Thirdly, we'll have to again make the aggregates which use of the aggregates which will pass through 20 mm ISU and gets written on 12.5 mm ISU with a total weight of 1250 grams. And lastly, a sample of aggregate passing through 12.5 mm and retaining on 10 mm ISU with the weight of 1250 grams. So now the total of all these four sizes of the aggregate samples will be turned in the grading A. That means if you are checking for a sample with the grading A, then these aggregates passing through the sizes given and retaining on the sizes given, a total sample has to be taken and then put into the Abrasion Los Angeles machine, and the corresponding abrasion charge will have to used. The weight of the abrasion charge for the grading A will be 5000 plus minus 25 grams. That means 5 kg, 5 plus minus 25 grams kg. And the number of spears or the balls to be used for the testing of grading A sample will be 12. That means we'll have to use 12 number of spears with 500 revolutions. And if, for example, if we are to test for the grading E, F and G, in that case, corresponding sample, for example, say E, for the sample E, we will have to take the aggregates passing through 80 mm retaining on 63, then plus the aggregate passing through 63 plus retaining on 50, plus aggregates passing through 50 mm CU and retaining on 40 mm CU, and the number of spears we'll have to use will be 12. Now, in order to find out the Los Angeles aberration value of the aggregates, we'll have to first weight the aggregates at the initial condition, that is W1. Then we'll have to take the weight of the aggregates which are retained on the 1.70 mm ISU after the test, which will be W2 in grams. And the Los Angeles aberration value can be calculated as W2 upon W1 multiplied by 100. That is weight of aggregates W1 initially, and W2, that is the weight of the aggregate which will be retained on 1.70 mm ISU after they are being tested. After checking it for the 3 samples, we get the average aggregate aberration value. The Los Angeles test is very widely used and accepted in order to assess the hardness of the aggregates used for the pavement construction, and the mix allowable of the Los Angeles aberration value of the aggregates as specified by the Indian Road Congress for the different methods of constant for the different types of pavement layers are: first, for the waterborne macadam, for the surface base for the sub base course, the Los Angeles aberration value is 60. For the waterborne macadam base course with the bituminous surface, it is 50. For the bituminous bound macadam, it is 50. For the waterborne macadam surface course, it is 40. For the bituminous penetration macadam, it is 40. And for the bituminous surface dressing and cement concrete surface course, it is 35. And lastly, for the bituminous concrete surface course, it is 30. With this, we come to end of this session. Thank you.